is Frank, and I'm really excited about RealQuest.
Hey, I'm Tara. I was raised in Ojai, California. Went to school in the Midwest, and now I'm in LA. What?
My name's Donna, and I'm 31, and I live in Akron, Ohio with my great husband Gus and our 2 kids.
My name is Edward Forsyth. I'm from San Jose, California. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mostly bring people together.
My name's Floyd, and I'm a game designer from the Windy City, and I run an elf-themed fan club and sort of, book circle. I write a lot of fan fiction about elves. I'm really into elves, and kind of wish I was an elf. It's sort of what I've always wanted to do with my life, is be an elf.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey. I live in Kansas City. I want to be on RealQuest because I'm the ultimate warrior.
I'm Keith from Portland, Oregon, and I work at a pizza place on the east side, and it's a pretty mundane
Somebody needs something, somebody else has it. I'm the man that introduces them to each other.
I used to be a journalist, which is where I met Gus, where we are on assignment a lot.
I'm an interior designer, work downtown. I like to dance and talk to myself.
I'm a Vietnam vet. I did my time, I got out, I'm okay. I'm glad for that. But, I've always had a desire sort of to be involved in a quest.
I'm always the smartest person in the room. Been that way my whole life. I was raised that way.
Gus came down with a rare cut type of leukemia, and the last 4 years of our lives have just been holding it together. And obviously, when you're caring for 2 kids and a sick husband, you're not going on a lot of adventures.
So as a kid growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. My uncle was a Navy SEAL, and I just knew that was what I was going to do. I trained for it, and I was ready for the test, but I didn't pass the physical examination.
Back in Nam, sometimes we had to do some pretty rough things. One thing we had camaraderie, A lot of guys that came back, they were, kind of messed up. And I was a little messed up too. Got into drugs for a while, drank a lot. But I worked on that.
So I'm a Dungeon Master too. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I like, creating worlds where people get to express themselves, just really who they should be, who they should have been born as, like an elf or something.
I've been playing Magic the Gathering for about 15 years of my life. I entered some tournaments, won a little bit of money from it, so I've been coasting on that for a while.
The reason I'm interested in RealQuest is because I've become tired of playing this card game for so many years. It's just not the same thing. LARPing isn't the same thing really either. My Magic addiction started when I was in middle school, and it's been slowly bleeding me dry, and I had to enroll in school and take out federal loans pretty much just to support it.
I read Tolkien back when I was a kid, and I've seen all the movies. I love it.
Yeah, I'm the geek. I like computers, I like programming.
I won a lot of awards when I was in middle school, mostly science related.
I love the idea of magical realms. I play fantasy with my kids all the time, and I love it.
Yeah, I like fantasy. I love the Lord of the Rings movies, Game of Thrones, lots of blood, lots of just aggression. I can relate to that, and I think that's an important part of RealQuest.
I definitely think there's an entire aspect of our lives that we don't really understand.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons with my brother, Magic the Gathering.
Elements of the occult and crystals and homeopathic healing and essential oils.
I was the statewide spelling bee champion when I was 13.
Herbs and energies. I'm very drawn to everything like that.
I've done a lot of rafting trips, taking kids out for hikes. You know, nothing I like better than getting out in the woods and really experiencing nature and in the raw. And a lot of times I'm out there, my mind just sort of trips out. I get these, you know, mystical ideas and heroic thoughts come to my head.
Skills that I think I would have. Well, I get along with people pretty well, so I think I'd make a good team player, and I like to go for long walks in the woods. I can identify, you know, spores and droppings. Really good at that, really good at that. And I like climbing trees, really good at climbing trees, you know, just elf stuff.
I've been competing and playing games for most of my life. Tournaments, things like that.
In the RealQuest competition, I think I could offer a lot of strategic, I don't want to say abilities or anything like that.
I'm a natural leader. I can ride a horse. I can shoot a bow. I can swim. I can survive on almost nothing for extended periods of time. I just got what it takes.
I've got a lot of survival skills. I know how to make a bow and arrow out of primitive materials, and you know, I've been out there in Arizona and Idaho every year. I go out for weeks out in the woods. I go out with a match, sometimes no match.
So often being a journalist in war zones, even when you're in the safe area where you're staying in a hotel, you're dealing with bad electricity. You're trying to negotiate with someone who doesn't speak your own language and maybe has very, you know, strange views on who you are as a person in their country. And that's something that you miss on a day-to-day basis when everything's so safe. When everything's so routine and expected.
I wasn't the girl playing with Barbie dolls and such. I was building forts and hunting and gathering and finding out how far the map goes. You know, if I don't have a goal, I'm bored.
Yeah, I did grow up around nature. A lot of streams and springs and woods and sort of hills and mountains and stuff. I feel like I've got pretty good night vision. You know, like more acute than most. Some people have said that they've actually seen my eyes like, you know, glowing at night, like a cat or something. Really just kind of feel like I see more in the dark, you know?
I think being a woman, it helps. There's no better gift than being born a woman. You not only can be strong and powerful, but you can be sexy and sleek, and you can move through space like no other being.
Aside from my strategic skills, I don't have much to offer. I've only been camping like twice. I've been living in the cities my entire life.
I'm an excellent swimmer. I'm an athlete. I can jump so high.
I'm afraid of snakes, strange plants. I hate sleeping outdoors. It's wet and damp, or it's too hot, or I'm too cold. And it just sounds uncomfortable, but I think I can do it.
I work well on teams when they suit me.
As I said before, I bring people together. I think I'm really good at talking to people, sometimes talking to them in order to mislead them. But, you know, it's part of the game, right?
From playing Magic for so long, I have a pretty good grasp in the way of the sequence of events and the way they should be played, and how to manipulate those events that would suit my interests.
I think I'd feel much more comfortable teaming up with a group of people.
I want to find a good team. I want to be able to get together some people and, you know, each person bring to the table what they have best to share, and working together and sharing what we get.
I work well with people, I really do. If I found someone, hell yeah, we'll win it in half the time.
I really like helping people, you know. I try to be like a good guy most of the time and be really, you know, nice.
I think I'm really good at confusing people. I think I'm really good at leading them on and making them think one thing when really I plan on doing something entirely different, and that's a skill to have in a competition like this.
If I were going to to be a character in RealQuest, I would definitely be an elf or a sorceress or something like that.
You know, growing up, I was always called Tarzan. Sexy, I know. So I guess, you know, I'd be that warrior, that goddess that you see lurking around the corner of a tree or coming out of the fog of a swamp.
I want to win. I know that I can be the best. I have what it takes. And, you know, I'm not here to make friends.
I know I'm Navy SEAL material. It just didn't happen. But I know I'm built strong enough to pass that test and rise to that challenge. And so I want everyone to know that I'm every bit as tough.
I only work 2 days a week, and it's just not bringing in the cash so that I would need to sustain my magic addiction. The prize money would be more than enough to sustain all of the rest of my activities. I wouldn't have to work at a shitty pizza place anymore.
Oh, my entire family is so supportive of me wanting to be on a reality show. They can't wait. They're so excited at the prospect of seeing their mom on TV.
You know, and if we fail, we fail. But, you know, if we don't, there's the glory, there's the beauty, you know?
Just the chance to live out an alternate life, you know, be a different person or not a person at all, just kind of, you know, get out into the world and be someone different and really feel like you're actually being someone different, I guess.